I'm Dave. I'm from Medford, Massachusetts, and starting today, I'm a half-time student pursuing my MBA. However, unlike a lot of people doing MBAs, I will be doing the entire curriculum online. Um, I will be doing my classes online. I'll be submitting all of my homework online. I'm never going to meet any of my professors in person, and I'll probably barely ever even step foot in the same state as where my school is going to be, let alone on the campus. Um, my plan is to spend the next couple of years using this vlog to document the process of pursuing a grad school degree online. I think going to school online has sort of stigma against it, like it's not as good as going to the classes in person. I don't think that's how it's going to turn out. I don't know, I've never done it before, but I'm hoping these videos will sort of give an idea of what it's really like to go to school online. Um, the thing is, I found when considering this that it was hard to find a lot of information from the perspective of a student actually doing an online program to know what it was really like. So I was hoping for future students that are considering this, they'll be able to use these videos that I've made as sort of to give sort of an idea of what they're going to be going through. Um, my decision to go to school online came from my actually stemmed from my undergraduate experience. Um, I got my bachelor's about a year ago from Northeastern University, and um, I'm happy with the experience, but I did that in a much more traditional manner. I took all my classes were normal day classes in person. There were no night classes or anything online or anything like that. The one big thing that was different for me was I started school when I was 24, which means when I started, I didn't live on campus. I lived in an apartment with my girlfriend at the time. She's now my wife. I worked nearly full time, which meant every day I was commuting um, to work and then to class, or to class and then to work and then back home. I was on trains and buses and walking 3 hours a day. I was spending 20 hours a week in class, and then even though I tried to spend some time doing homework on, you know, during my commute, there's only so much you can do. I had to spend a lot of time doing that. Um, and and in addition to that, the schools always wanted me to do group work, which was a lot harder for me because I had a very adult schedule, and that's not really the same as a college student schedule. It's not necessarily better or anything. It's just not the same. They're not compatible. But because my groups were always mostly college students, it was really hard to fit my schedule around around their schedule. Um, Basically, my home life suffered because I was spending so much time um, trying to fit my schedule around what I had to do for school. Um, what's more is because I had classes during the day, sometimes I couldn't work full time, which meant sometimes I wasn't making as much money as I was spending on like bills and things. I'm glad I did it because I think that the degree is good for me to have, but it's not an experience I want to recreate. So so now I'm going to try something a little new. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think for a second that taking my courses online is going to make it any easier on me than going to campus. I think the workload is still going to be very difficult, but I think it'll be good for my sanity, that I'll be the one dictating when I go to class. I don't, I won't have a commute to deal with. I'll be able to do it more on my terms. Obviously, I'll still have deadlines, but it'll be easier for me to deal with, the amount of time that I'm going to spend on it because at least I can be spending it at home. So anyway, that's a lot to do with why I'm doing this. So if you're interested in learning more about my experience as I go through this online MBA program, just subscribe to this channel. Ask me any questions you might have in the comments. In future videos, I'll go into more detail about what the program is, and once I've actually really started doing classes and homework and such, kind of give you an idea of what I'm going through, you know, all that kind of stuff, and also how it's affecting my life, if I find it harder or easier than doing the on-campus undergrad that I went through. Anyway, so hopefully this will be an interesting way for you to learn about these sort of programs. And if you're lucky, maybe it'll turn out these are way harder than I thought it was going to be, and you'll be able to watch these videos to see my slow descent into madness. That could be fun too. Anyway, I'll talk to you again soon.